Oopsy Poopsy! The Litterbox Edition!
Herd frisky furballs, create lasting memories, and laugh out loud. Oopsy Poopsy is not just for kids. This game offers unique play that is surprisingly fun and highly addictive for even the most seasoned of gamers. Created by a 5-year-old girl and her daddy, Oopsy Poopsy is a hilarious card game that engages players of all ages with its eye-catching artwork, 24 comical cat characters, and lively callouts. Survive a variety of player sabotage to be the first one to successfully gather the required number of cats into your yard to win. 2 to 5 players, ages 7 to 107. A typical game takes 10 to 30 minutes to play depending on the number of players and experience level. Here's how to play this kitty-herding, fishy-craving, litter-scooping card game. The object of the game is to be the first player to collect a specific number of cats in your yard. That number is going to vary based on the number of players in your game. For a 2-player game, you'll need to collect 9 cats. For a 3-player game, you'll need 6 cats. For a 4 to 5-player game, you'll need to collect 5 cats. But it's not that easy because other players may try to sabotage your efforts, especially if you're in the lead. But don't worry, there are other cards that you can use to either prevent or undo those sabotages. To begin, deal 5 cards to each player, and gameplay continues clockwise from your starting player. You may perform 1 action per turn. In most cases, this will be 1 card. The only action that is 2 cards is when you place a cat with a collar in your yard. Once you have completed an action, immediately draw from the draw pile to bring your hand back up to 5 cards. If you don't have a card to play, you can use an action to simply discard an unwanted card and draw a new card to bring your hand back up to 5. As tempting as it may be, you may never draw from the discard pile. There are 3 different types of collars in the game, and each cat will have a symbol that will match one of those 3 collars. In order to place a cat in your yard, it must have the corresponding collar. One way that another player may try to sabotage your efforts is with a fishy card. You'll notice at the bottom of the fishy card that there is a symbol indicating that there is a call out for this card. When this card is played, you simply indicate which cat you would like to lure into your yard and say, "Here, kitty kitty." When another player tries to lure your cat with a fishy card, if you have a stay card in your hand, you may immediately play that card to prevent this sabotage. When a stay card is played, both the stay card and the fishy card are immediately placed in the discard pile, and both players replenish their hands back to 5 cards. A second way that another player may try to sabotage you is with a mouse card. This card causes your cat to be lost chasing a mouse. When played, this card is placed sideways on one cat that's already in your yard, and this just indicates that this cat is lost. The cat remains physically in your yard, however, it does not count toward the required number of cats that you need to win the game. When you have a lost cat in your yard, the only way to find your lost cat is with a trap card. During one of your turns, you may use an action to play your trap card and remove the mouse from your lost cat. Both the mouse and the trap card are immediately placed into the discard pile, and you will replenish your hand back up to 5 cards. But if you wait too long to find your lost cat, another player may find your cat with a kitty containment unit, also known as the KCU. The KCU can only be used to find another player's lost cat. It cannot be used to find your own lost cat in your yard. When the KCU is played, both the KCU and the mouse card are moved to the discard pile, and the cat and collar combo are then placed in the new owner's yard. There is no counter to the KCU card. You may not play a stay card to stop this action because you can't say stay to a lost cat. However, all of this can be avoided. When another player attempts to place a mouse in your yard, you can immediately counter with a stay card. When a stay card is played, both the stay and the mouse cards are placed in the discard pile, and both players replenish their hands back to 5. Remember, every player can only have a maximum of 2 lost cats in their yard at any given time. So if a player already has 2 mouse cards in their yard, you'll have to choose another player to sabotage. A final sabotage is the Oopsy Poopsy card. When this card is played, it forces a player to lose their turn because they're busy scooping their litter box. To play this card, you simply toss it into another player's yard, hold your nose, and say, "Oopsy Poopsy." On the receiving player's very next turn, their only option is to scoop their litter box, so they will remove the Oopsy Poopsy card and place it in the discard pile, thus losing a turn. When a player tosses an Oopsy Poopsy card into your yard, there is no way to prevent this sabotage. You must lose your very next turn scooping your litter box. It's important to note that you may only place an Oopsy Poopsy card in another player's yard if they have at least 1 cat. Oopsy Poopsy cards cannot be stacked. Only 1 Oopsy Poopsy card can be in any player's yard at any given time. Another card you'll see in the game is the Perfect Collar. You'll notice that this card has all 3 charms on it, so it can be paired with any cat in the game. There are some special cats in the game. When you see a cat that has a mouse symbol in the lower left-hand corner and a patterned background, this means that this cat is immune to the mouse card. Now, even though it's immune to the mouse card, it can still be lured by a fishy card. When you see a cat that has a fishy symbol in the lower left-hand corner and a patterned background, this means that this cat is immune to the fishy card. Even though it's immune to the fishy card, it can still become lost chasing a mouse. A rare but beneficial card is the Ball of Yarn. This card has both the fishy and the mouse symbols at the bottom. When you play this card in your yard on top of one of your cats, that cat is tangled up in utter bliss and will not leave your yard for the duration of the game. Remember, the first player to collect the required number of cats is the winner. And that's how you play Oopsy Poopsy Litterbox Edition. Now herd up your friends and let the fur fly.